Rico, remember when I said I wasn't gonna buy any elephant print? They're doing an all elephant print Jordan 1 next year. Jordan 1 High.
I dig it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Nah.
Yes, I actually do remember you saying that.
Well, I caved. So here we are.
You got a whole box.
A whole box. But this one looks like it's about to be a really good one. So without further ado, guys, let's take a look.
Hello everyone, my name is Rico.
My name is Chris.
And welcome to SneakerWeb. Great to have you back, Chris.
Most
and
definitely.
What have you brought with us?
So today I have the Jordan 1 Low OG Black Cement.
And this black cement is looking fabulous. Do you want me to start with the tech breakdown before you get into the design features?
Yep, go right ahead.
All right, starting off with the bottom, the Air Jordan 1 has the possibly one of the best tractions of all time with the radial star traction pattern, but is lacking in the cushion department. This has been the same since 1985, which is a rubber cup sole with an EVA wedge, and within that EVA wedge you have an encapsulated air unit, which you're not really going to feel. And then along the upper you have an internal heel counter, and then you have also different layers of support, the overlay materials in the forefoot to keep your foot contained. Other than that, you want to take it away with the materials?
Yes, so this shoe is full of different materials, but also it catches the eye of the average person that likes Jordan 1s. So, what I will say is that I was not a huge fan of the elephant print. Let's get that one out of the room. The elephant in the room.
The elephant of the room.
But yeah, the elephant print, especially on the white cements, weren't my speed. I feel like, I don't know, maybe it was the execution, maybe it was, you know, there was a bunch of things that I could see that was wrong with it. But they do have all over elephant print. They do have a mixture of nubuck, some durabuck on here. They do have the not super great leather, but just the flat paneled leather for the check. And then my most favorite two features on this shoe.
Two features.
Is the stitch on the back heel of this shoe. It is so clean. It feels so good. It's
wonderful craftsmanship on this pair.
Yeah, it's not, that's another thing, right? It's not, there's no strings hanging out. There's no, like, you know, off center, anything on the back. It just looks really good. The other thing I would say that's one of my favorite things is the aged midsole. Now, I'm not a huge fan of aged midsoles, but I do think that this looks really good on this shoe in contrast to the elephant print. And also, they put it on the tongue tag of the shoe.
Yep.
Including the insole as well. So I do think that those little silent touches are really, really nice. Plus the hints of gray. The grooves in the elephant print are very consistent with both shoes.
That's actually one thing I wanted to mention is that I personally love the elephant print on this. It's not too thick, it's not too thin. They're actually spaced very nicely, and also if and when you get your pairs, they are going to look different from left shoe to right shoe, so don't worry about them being, oh, you got duped or whatever. No, this is how elephant print is supposed to be. It's supposed to be different on each different types of cuts that they produce.
Right, and also a little fun fact, we are in the anniversary of Jordan's elephant print line. You did,
which is why we're getting a lot of it.
Yeah, you did see it with the reimagined 3s. Coming back, that elephant print, you did see it with the ones that they just dropped, and now they have it with this as well.
Me personally, the reimagined 3s is just enough for me. This is a little too much, I'm not gonna lie.
I will see some, I did say so myself as well. Now I do feel like if this had a white panel toe and it just had more white on the sides and they went with a black check mark, I probably wouldn't be as attracted to this shoe, if I'm being honest. It does, the pictures of this shoe doesn't do it justice.
No, it does not.
I feel like to have it in hand, to feel the materials, to connect with that part of the shoe, I feel like it's so different from just looking at it on a shelf or seeing it online. I do urge you guys, if you do see this shoe or you do see it in store somewhere sitting, just pick it up, hold it, feel the materials. I do 100% look at that when it comes to a shoe, and I feel like that's the most important thing. And if you can connect with it that way and feel like, you know, what does this look like on feet, then I would say that's the best option to go.
I stand behind it, I guarantee it.
My only gripe with this shoe is how thick the elephant print liner is, especially around the top part of your foot, probably closer to the sides, on both sides of your ankle. This does fit a little tight at first, so I would say do a couple wear-ins.
What's your true to size fit, and what's the fit that you went with?
My true to size is 10.5. I did go with 10.5 because I did not get to feel this material ahead of time. But I don't know if you can see it, but if you see it really close, there is about a good 1/4 of a centimeter of thickness there when it comes to that material. Aside from the other ones, if it's just leather, you know,
I think it'll break in and compress over time.
For sure. And that's what I'm saying. Like in the beginning, it does have a little bit of like a heavier feel, especially around your ankle. But for the most part, the shoe is very solid. I would say it's as solid as the Zions, in my opinion. And they're not super heavy, but they do feel a decent quality when you are wearing them.
For sure. I can definitely feel it in hand.
Yeah.
And also, if you need some historical value to this, celebrating in terms of elephant print. Elephant print was first introduced on the Air Jordan 3, and most famous made by that shoe was his famous free throw line dunk.
He defends his championship, and he took off further inside than he did the last time, but it's still a...
So if you aren't able to get the threes, but you still want to celebrate the elephant print, this is definitely one way to do that. And in my opinion, this definitely looks better as a low than what they did with the high. If the highs actually had the black nubuck, that would have been wonderful.
Yes, and I completely agree with that. I feel like a lot of people probably would have gravitated towards it more. But I also feel like lows are in right now for a lot of people. It's the summertime. A lot of people aren't really rocking too many high tops, and Jordans are sitting at a more crucial time than ever. So I feel like
it's a wonderful time to be a sneakerhead.
Yeah, it's a wonderful time to be a sneakerhead.
The fact that these were able to sit and you probably got these for an affordable price.
And resale's not super crazy on these. So
fantastic.
I would say if you missed out on the drop, you probably still can pick up a pair if you're probably in the smaller sizes on Nike.com. But if not, you can probably pick up a good pair of these under $200 from, you know, GOAT, StockX, you know, all the major reselling markets, or even local. You can probably get them local and probably talk down the price a little bit and see if you can get these at a good price. But I do feel like this is a shoe that you would want in your collection because, again, the pictures don't do it justice. The on feet, trust me, the materials, all of it would make you fall in love with this shoe. And to be fair, as far as the lows go, this is in one of my sneakers of the years, you know, for lows, in my honest opinion.
That's a big claim.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan of all over, you know, elephant print. That's just one thing. I made it very clear.
Luckily, it's not strictly all over. It's segmented.
And whoever
it's broken up.
executed this,
wonderful design.
Perfectly.
Also, within your insoles, you are also going to have the Dream Cell foam. It doesn't actually say it on there, but it's pretty much a takedown of the takedown. So there's the polyurethane white insole, then there's the Dream Cell polyurethane, then there's this, which is not as fluffy and is not going to last as long. So if you want to swap the insole, it's actually not glued in there, which is going to be good for a lot of people. But yeah, just letting you guys know ahead of time.
Yeah.
It's still going to be comfortable, and I'm sure that you can wear it, and I'm sure it's going to be fine. But in case you needed added comfort or if you needed your own custom orthotics, there you go.
Yeah, and I think going back to the sizing, if you're somebody that just needs a little bit more space on the inside as well, especially on the forefoot towards the front, and you kind of need it more on the sides, I would say go about half a size up. I did go true to size for these because I do like my Jordan 1s to fit a little bit more snug. I don't like too much creasing on the toe, so I try to keep it a little close.
And they are more roomy than the Jordan 1s because there's less padding and there's less restriction in them.
Yeah, and having the lows, you know, it is low season. You know, Jordan is pumping out a lot of lows, and I think that's a positive for me because I want to keep collecting as many lows as possible. You know, do not cop these, is what I'm saying. When there's more lows coming out, don't cop them. I want as many lows as I can get, and I feel like I feel like we're in a good state right now with shoes.
I'm gonna say do the opposite and buy these because there's definitely a lot of lows that are going to be produced. So
for sure,
whatever Chris says, do the opposite.
Yeah, I think so. Buy them. I'm just joking, but I think solid shoe overall. I would say as far as a rating goes, I would give these about a solid 8.5.
Oh,
solid 8.5 for me.
Well, they definitely look better than the highs. I would say overall as a low, I would say, what'd you say, 8?
8.5.
I'd say 8.
8?
Just a little bit under. Yeah. Just because one crucial point is that even though that they're calling them the OGs, they are not the OGs. Basically, from the what was it? It was from the forefoot, or from the midfoot to the forefoot is not the OG. And then from the ankle back is basically OG. So you're missing one eyelet. The toe box is also not the same shape as the OG. Also, the outsole is slightly different than the OG's, but there is coming a remastered version for a lot of people that are waiting for a proper OG low.
So,
but with that being said,
yeah,
make sure you guys follow us on the YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Really helps us out a lot. Also follow the Instagram and Facebook page. That's where we're very consistent on our social media posts and updates for you guys. And there's also going to be some more things coming down the pipeline, but we're not ready to talk about that yet. And yeah, definitely go and cop these and enjoy buying sneakers right now. And with that being said,
all right, guys, just remember, wear your shoes. Keep on trekking, and we'll see you next time.
Swing by next time.
Later.
Peace.